integrity. It exists in this dimension because the singularity of this form is moving in such a way that holds itself together. That's why you can blow a smoke ring, which is a torus, and this thing is made out of nothing but smoke. Nothingness almost. And yet it holds its shape because it's revolving in the three axes and it's moving outward in that axis simultaneously. So, when I find those three axes of symmetry in a three-dimensional form, like this form is called Metatron's cube. We'll spend more time talking about that in the future. But you see, from this perspective, you see all the six-sided forms, the six-sided star. That's in this direction. And then we have this direction, which is working with all squares. You see that? And then we have this direction, which is working with all the diamond shapes, triangular shapes. Same form, different perspectives give you different toroidal flows. So there are three toroidal flows, vortexual flows, energy coming in and out through each of those different dimensions. When I capture those dimensions in 2D, I can take 3D energy, which is relating to the higher dimensions much more profoundly than a 2D piece. So all these drawings of 2D forms that have been around on this planet that have survived are only minimal in the amount of energy that they can transduce, translate, transform. It takes a higher dimensional flow to really make a difference, and by putting the three perspectives inside a circle. Now when you put something inside a circle, the three little geometries, you create a unity. So I put them inside a circle to create a unity, and then energy can be broadcast from some of the pieces I've placed around the planet. I have thousands and thousands of forms like these all over the planet. I've been selling them for almost 30 years as a business. And I have forms, particular forms, 20 feet high on my land, and some like in places over in Australia where we buried them next to Uluru, in order to create a toroidal flow through the entire planet based in my land, which is wired up to the things I'm doing. So I'm working with that energy. I'm working with energy flow. And I'm working with the geometries to create particular types of flows. Like the energy that flows through this direction, this is the square. And you see, square is earth, the four corners of the earth. That's where it comes from. That's where it's grounded. Salt of the earth. It's a cubic crystal. That's what salt is. That's why salt of the earth is like someone that really is connected to the earth. It's someone you can trust because it's grounded. So this direction, when you work with that direction energetically, it starts to ground things. It becomes very physical. This direction is working with, you see, all forms work with the lower bodies. This is working with the fifth dimension, or the emotional etheric body. So when you want to work with your emotions, when you want to work with grounding your emotions and understanding them, that's the direction you work with. And the other side with 6 pointing stars, and we'll go over this more in the future. 6 is the blending of heaven and earth. 6, triangle pointing up, triangle pointing down. This is the masculine symbol. This is the feminine symbol. When they overlap, you get the 6-pointed star. The nature of 6, which in Latin is sex, was what the whole deal was about, where the church got very concerned about sex because it is where the human being starts to connect to God, because we create. Only God creates. We can't have, human beings creating and feeling the power of creation, and feeling the power of sex is, you know,